When you see news happening, let us know. Grab your phone and hit record and become part of the Newcap news team. It could make you $100 richer. If you capture news happening, drop us an email at tvnews@newcap.ca.
Welcome back. A Lloydminster service group is marking a major anniversary this month, and Jared Lampow meets one person who has made the Kinsmen a household name.
Certainly we did a lot for the community in terms of projects and raising funds, and one of our themes was Kinsmen Help the Kiddies.
Baker joined the Kinsmen in the early 70s, working his way up to Deputy Governor of District 3 in Saskatchewan in the early 80s. Baker reflects the Kinsmen was about service, but also allowed a balance for family life as spouses were involved through the Kinettes. He looks back at a letter written to the group in 1977 for its 50th year.
Well, Al Roger was the founder of the Kinsmen Clubs of Canada, and the City of Lloydminster joined the Kinsmen Club organization across Canada. They were one of 4 clubs, and I think they were the 4th chartered club in Canada. So the club has a great history from day one.
Baker says the service given by the Kinsmen across Canada is phenomenal. In Lloydminster, the group has pitched in for several projects, from the outdoor pool in the 1960s, the curling rink, Kinsmen Park, and of course, Telemiracle.
I'm really so proud of so many Lloydminster Kinsmen that participated in the forming of Telemiracle. The Kinsmen Foundation, the original chair was Dr. Fred Murray.
Other Lloydminster contributors on the original foundation included Alec Robertson and Dolores Funk. Baker thinks Telemiracle has been a great part of holding Kinsmen together, raising millions of dollars annually.
The bond that people felt within the world of kin came together strongly. And I think over the years we had great leadership in the Kinsmen organizations.
Kinsmen fundraising gave Lloydminster its first street signs, the Civic Centre Auditorium, Christmas trees, the Twinkle Tour, the Russ Robertson Arena. Baker reflects on the 75th anniversary back in 2003 when he was mayor.
And when you get at 75 years or 90 years, that'll tell you it's been pretty stable to make it happen. And you go through thick and thin, you know, during the war. In the 40s. If you look at the history, you know, the Milk for Britain project was funded by Kinsmen Clubs of Canada.
Kinsmen Lloydminster is celebrating its 90th anniversary with a gala on April 21st at the Stockade Building. Baker urges more people to volunteer their time and is gracious to the community.
Thank you, Lloydminster, for supporting kin.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
Well, a 1947 Ford Firetruck is receiving a much-needed restoration, and members of the Bar Colony Heritage Society and Lakeland College's Street Rod Technologies program are working on the project together. Josh Ryan has more.
Lloydminster's oldest fire truck, and likely once a military vehicle, has been left alone since the 80s. Now a 2-year restoration project is underway to make it a staple for the Science and Cultural Center.
There's nothing finer than to take an old piece that somebody threw away and breathe life back into it again and have people look at it and say, you know, that is really nice.
Members of the Heritage Society will take on the mechanical changes, while Lakeland College's SRT program will handle the bodywork.
They're going to help us make it look beautiful, so it's going to be a little bit of a passion project, I think, on their part.
Anything that's preserving history is always interesting to me, so I think it's a huge part of our mandate here, and I think it's important to the community as well, too.
An initial worry was the condition of the engine, but Airy isn't worried about getting it up and running.
The parts for these old Ford engines are pretty available, so there's not going to be a big issue there, we don't think.
The challenge on Lakeland's end is keeping the body authentic while making it possible for groups of people to ride.
So we kind of have to get both of those aspects in place and make it work well in the end. So,
once completed, the truck is expected to be a big draw for the center.
I can imagine we'll roll it out for Canada Day and Heritage Day, perhaps Culture Days.
And SRT students will gain valuable experience by following along with their instructors on preserving a part of Lloydminster's heritage.
They'll take part in some of the disassembly and some of the refurbishing of the parts on the vehicle as well, too. So yeah, it's exactly what we do in this course, so it's a good representation for our students and good practice for them as well, too.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
All right, well, we have two cats looking for their forever homes in this week's pet project. Doc is a playful guy who loves his treats, and Nanny is a very cuddly young girl looking to complete your family. Here's John from the SPCA.
Nanny may be a petite girl, but she has a huge heart. Nothing seems to bring this girl down. Life is just one big game, and Nanny lives every day to its fullest. Nanny is really one big kitten at heart. She is curious about everything, whether it's a new toy in her kennel or exploring a new hiding space. Nanny always seems to be happy, and her enthusiasm is infectious. If you're looking for a fun-loving, energetic feline to join your family, Nanny would be the perfect choice. Be sure to stop by the SPCA and meet her today. While he may not actually be a real doctor, Doc seems to have a unique gift of making you feel better whenever he's around. Doc is a handsome feline with a heart of gold. He absolutely loves attention and will want to cuddle with you the minute he meets you. Doc is a spry young fellow too. He loves to run and play. His favorite game of all is chasing a laser pointer. Doc can literally play for hours despite the fact that he hasn't caught the darn thing yet. If you're looking for a cat to add some extra zest to your life, then you just have to meet Doc. Stop by the SPCA and say hi to him today.
Pet Project is brought to you by Quick Pick Waste Disposal, Lloydminster's #1 waste and recycling hauler. Quick Pick is waste collection you can depend on.
All right, well, still to come, Saskatchewan pharmacists will soon be able to prescribe a common drug. We'll have the details after the break.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, the Red Dog season is underway, and it began with a win over the Battle River Shock. What wasn't shocking was the lopsided score 39-6, the type of convincing win this team has become familiar with. Lance Phillips has more on a nice surprise from what's become the norm with the Red Dogs football.
What went good this weekend?
When you hear that a football team scored 39 points, thoughts automatically turn to how dominant the offense must have been. But in the case of the Red Dogs' 2018 opener Saturday, it was another component providing exceptional play.
Our defense. They only let up 6 points, and that was like the first drive, and after that, no points. That's crazy.
I mean, it was for the first game of the year, it was great. There's some things we can work on, but I mean, overall, I'd give us about an 8.5 out of 10. It was great.
At practice Monday, Hayward handed out his customary Defensive Player of the Week award. But in very uncustomary fashion, it went to one of the team's newest players.
Well, I think I played a pretty strong game. Stronger. I had a pick six, a couple tackles. I think it was a pretty good game overall.
I mean, he's a rookie coming into a pressure situation with our starter gone. He's actually ill. And just to step up like he did, get a pick six, no less, it was fantastic.
The transition to midget can take 2 years for some players, but it seems it may take less for Feist, who less than a year ago was playing bantam ball.
It was much different than bantam. Bantam is just a completely different. This is a completely different game, and I think I adapted pretty well to it for the time, and we'll see how it goes.
And to be given this recognition in week one really opens the door for other first-year players to take notice of what's possible.
I mean, it means that there is hope that they can do just as well as he did, right? I mean, coming into a situation like this where you got kids 3 years older than you, I mean, it can be a little intimidating. But to see a great 9, get the Defensive Player of the Week, it's really, really important.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports.
This is Newcap weather with Gerard Lampau.
So we're still dealing with the sluggish spring temperatures today, 14 degrees off of the seasonal averages. But don't knock it, because what's going on from southern Ontario through both southern Quebec and northern parts of Quebec, all of the weather advisories and statements, that's where they are. Wind warnings, snowfall warnings extending into Quebec there, we don't have anything like that. All we've got is blue skies, sunshine, and a little cold air to contend with, and maybe a 30% chance. At the moment, it looks like it'll skirt south of us there, but you can see those areas of precipitation just streaking across there and along the leading edge of that front there, the next system. There it is, they're just skirting around us. This is stopping at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening there. So we're giving it a 30, maybe 40% chance for less than a centimeter, probably 0.5 of a centimeter to be quite honest there. But nothing like what we've seen all winter, honestly. -7 for Marwayne, Lloydminster, Vermilion areas going into tomorrow. -6 around Lac La Biche, St. Paul, Vegreville, Edmonton. -7 as well for Wainwright. -6 around Provost and Macklin. For towns off to our northeast, maybe -8 for Isle of Cross. -6 around St. Walburg areas there. So even though we'll start off in the double minuses in the morning, we'll get to the single minuses by afternoon. Let's head across the country. A mix of sun and cloud in Vancouver for their +9. -4 in Edmonton, similar skies, -5 in Whitehorse, -13 out to Yellowknife, -5 in Regina, -5 in Winnipeg as well. Let's head over to Toronto where we're dealing with showers for their +3. 2 in Quebec, overcast skies there. Cloudy in Halifax for +2. -4 in St. John's, overcast there as well. And -3 with snow showers in Iqaluit. So back to the prairies then. Battleford's still enjoying sunshine for their -7. And the winds are generally calm, 4 kilometers per hour. We'll take that as generally calm. -17 overnight and towards the early hours of the morning. And once the winds gusts anywhere from 10 to 15 km, could factor in a wind chill anywhere from -22 to maybe -25 there. -7 by afternoon, and this model is giving it a 45% chance. But again, I'm thinking it's still south of our area. Might see trace amounts of it there, but -7 with some flurry activity possible tomorrow afternoon. -5 at the moment in parts of the Lakeland region and Cold Lake areas. -16 towards the early hours of the morning, and -5 during the course of the day. So cold start to the day. Yes, some wind chill is possible on that -16 in the morning, and then -5 by afternoon. Now to Lloydminster and parts of the Midwest region there, -7 at the moment, -16 overnight towards the early hours of the morning, and again with 15-kilometer winds, we're looking at a wind chill in the -23, -25 range, -7 during the course of the afternoon, and the winds northwest anywhere from 10 to, let's round it off, 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, and this model is again giving it a 43% chance. So let's say 40% chance we'll pick up some flurry activity, and it looks more in the afternoon. It's not a crazy amount. -7 our daytime high. Again, these temperatures are off that seasonal average, which should be +8 for daytime highs. -11 Thursday, -9 Friday, -6 Saturday, -5 Sunday, another 70-odd% chance for some light snowfall then -2 Monday, and then we're seeing, yes, is that a +2 next Tuesday, Michaela? Aha, I think you're liking that. Back to you for Agriculture News.